Hey YouTube, this is Mr. Mushman the First, and I'm just doing a deck vid. I know today is going to be Infernity. I know I've been mainly just doing the top tier decks, but I will be coming up with some more creative decks videos soon. I'm just really busy at the moment, so I don't have time to go around and get all the stuff to make some of the more creative builds I want to do. My next build will be a fairy build once I get my actual Christians, which are on the way. So yeah, straight onto the build. This is my own personal build, so yeah. First off, two Greffers. They're extremely good in the deck, like to get rid of the more infinities that are in your hand to the grave, and you get use out of them. You get to load your graveyard with what you need. Triple Beetle. The staple tuner. You want it in the graveyard. Its effect's really cool to get to double it up basically, and yeah, it's sort of the main integral part of the OTK. Triple Necromancer. Basically, when it's summoned, goes to defense mode. It's got 2000 defense, 0 attack, so that's pretty cool. If you've got no cards in your hand, you special summon any Infinity monster other than this from your graveyard. Really cool, really good for starting off the combos. If you've got no cards in hand, and you draw that, but you've got your graveyard loaded with the other cards. So yep. Double Mirage. It helps you basically can't be special from graveyard. Helps you get back all the Infinities from your graveyard because you tribute it and bring back any two Infinities. Obviously not himself because you can't special them from graveyard, but it's like a second launcher. Fourth and fifth launcher. Infernity Avenger. A lot of people criticise this for not being really playable in the Infernity deck. I personally believe it is very good. It allows you to sink into your level 8s, which was a lot more difficult to do without this. You'd have to synchro into level 6 then synchro again. This makes level 8 synchroing a lot easier, and you can synchro, bring out 100 Eyes Dragon, remove from play your Necromancer, and then bring out any other Infinity from your graveyard, so that's a really cool combo. And then triple Archfiend. When it's special summoned, this basically gets any. When it gets special summoned, you've got no cards in your hand. Add an Infinity card to your from your deck to your hand, and if you draw it and you've got no cards in your hand, you get special summon it. So it's the ultimate top deck really, because it starts the OTK if you've got your graveyard loaded. Onto spells, Foolish. Pretty obvious. It loads your graveyard to what you want. MST, Back Row Destruction, which this deck hates, so Back Row Destruction is good. Heavy Storm, more Back Row Destruction, as I said, Back Row hate. Book of Moon, mainly defense. Giant Rune clears the back row. At the end of the day, you want the back row clear for the start of an OTK. Then I've got triple drag down into the grave. If you don't want what this does, both players look at each other's hand, choose a card there and discard it, and then you draw one. It's a -1, so it allows you to work your hand down a little bit, and also you can check your opponent's hand and check that they haven't got a Gauze or Battle Fader or Trag in the hand. Some people might say, well, they might draw into it. My personal opinion is you're more likely to have the opponent's more likely to have Trag or Gauze or Battle Fader in the hand already and be keeping it for this, than as opposed to drawing into it. So yeah, it's a roll of the dice. 1 for 1 brings out your Mirage or your Avenger, really good. Also gets rid of a card from your hand. Triple Launcher, it's staple of the deck. You need to use 3 if you really want the good Infinity deck. Prices of these have gone skyrocketed at the moment. And basically you play it, first effect, which a lot of people don't really use. You get to send the Infinity monster from your hand to a graveyard, and then you can send this, if you've got no cards in your hand, you can send it to a graveyard, especially when 2 Infinities. Starts your loop. Double Dust Tornado. Back Row Destruction, as I've already said. Call. Brings back your Necromancer or your Archfiend when you've got no cards in hand, lets you start your loop. Solemn for negation. TT for destruction. Phoenix Wing Windblast. Back row clearance. A lot of people like using Raigeki Break. I personally prefer this because it gets around Stardust and such. Not only that, it also combos quite nicely with Drag Down into the Grave, forcing you, making sure your opponent's definitely not going to draw into a Battle Fader, Gauze or Trag. Starlight Road, stop them nasty mass destructions. Triple Infernity Inferno. Really good in this deck. Allows you to basically load up. If you discard up to 2 cards, and for every card you discard, you get to send any Infernity from your deck to your graveyard. If you were to send any Infernity in your hand plus any other card into your graveyard, you've got your graveyard loaded for your OTK already. And finally, double barrier, sorry, not triple, I don't have a third one. I don't think I'd really run a third one either, but two's good. Basically negates just about anything. And just onto the extra deck, quickly onto the extra deck. Your extra deck can be anything how you run, as long as this is the most integral card. I only have one. You only need one, but more's good. It's better with more than one, but you only need one to do the OTK. Basically, summon that, clear the back row. Stardust, Splendid Rose. I use that to bring out and then synchro until level 8. So I basically waste it. Level 8, remove your Necromancer from play to start doing a bit of special summoning shenanigans. Colossal, Doom Dragon, Goyo, Catastor, really good. Red Dragon Archfiend, Fort Ruler, Stardust, Black Rose. Yeah, I know it's not a full extra deck. It just got raped just about half an hour ago. I learned some stuff to make 89cc out of it. But yeah, it normally have Baronic and a little bit more in. So yeah, that's the Infernity build. None of this is for trade. A lot of people have been PMing about the other stuff. The other stuff that was for sale, that's gone. This is my own personal collection. It's not for trade. So please don't ask me to trade it. I'll be rather annoyed. As I've had non-stop offers for Infernity, despite the fact that I've told them it's sold. So please, and nothing in the extra for sale trade either, especially since those three are already traded. So don't PM me for them, because they'll be going out in trade anyway, and the extra deck's not for trade. So yeah, that's my deck. So rate, comment, subscribe, offer your own opinions, and later.